It says I'm live. Can you hear me? Can you see me? All that good stuff. It's like we got a mess of people. They make sure. Let me get you pulled up on this other computer. There I am. Yeah, it ain't really live. It's like a second behind. Well, we got a few people in here. Got to pull one up on YouTube. So, because I know where stuff is there. All right. And let me see. Let me refresh this. No sound? Test, test, test. Well, let me fix it. Well, I don't know why. I tested it. It worked. Anybody else hear me? Yeah, okay. Answer 9. I read that. Okay. I mean, I got a microphone plugged in and it's got the meter going. Somebody's messing with me. All right. If I look down, that's because I got a laptop down here and it's got the YouTube pulled up. I got StreamYard up here, which StreamYard, I just don't do enough of these to be used to where everything is. Even with YouTube, I can't see what in the hell's going on here? How many people's in here? It doesn't tell me. Why ain't it telling me? Because it's StreamYard. Okay. It don't matter. I see it now, 164. Anyway, that's why I came on a couple minutes early. Why is my cheeks red? What the hell? I got a sunburn? What is this? Looks right where I have my sunglasses. I was outside quite a bit today. How do you get a sunburn in February? Yes, I do. Now I've got the chat on slow mode, so maybe I'll be able to see your questions a little better this time. And what that means is if you make a post, you got to wait a minute to make another post. That's just the way it has to be, I guess. I'll try to read the chat up here. But man, them things usually go so quick. But I always read it the next day. I know there's a lot of them I feel bad because I didn't answer. Some I won't answer on purpose. That's a nice thing. You can pretend you didn't see it, but you did. Somebody missed the last 10 days or so. Marie Curl did that. No more star next to your name, okay? It's coming off. If you had one, I'm peeling it off. You got to start all over. We are at subscriber wise. I think we are. I need 700 and something. Should be able to get that. There's 2 videos that every night go crazy, and I should be able to get that by tomorrow. 100,000, if not the next day. So I figured I'd do it live because it will happen someday this week. Sunday's a good day to do it. And this should be streaming on all 3 of my channels. The new one, Dogman, and Ouachita Mountain Living. You should be able to watch this live on all 3 of those channels. Why not? Why put it on one when you can get paid on all 3? Run the same thing. You're already doing it. It's called killing 3 birds with 1 stone. I need to make room for a play button. What do I need a play button for? What do you mean? I don't know what he's talking about. They're getting ready for a blizzard in New York. That's why I don't live in New York, man. Let me get me a drink of this tea. This used to have whiskey in it when I used to do lives before. Yeah, but you can see it still looks like whiskey, but that's unsweet tea. I bet I've had these cups 15 years. We are getting a cold blast tonight. I had to go out and turn on the heater or the heat lamp in the well. So if you have a well and you live in Arkansas, make sure you get it heated tonight. Turned up Tilly's heater in her doghouse. She's going to be cozy. She stays warm. She will get her turn in the house soon. Problem is with Rooster, you can bring Rooster around another dog, and Rooster wants to play. She's full of energy. And then as soon as the dog plays back, Rooster attacks it. Doesn't matter how big the dog is, Rooster takes it wrong, and she doesn't know how to play without getting into a serious fight. And I've had to pull her off every dog she's been around. She's the troublemaker. All right, I'm going to read this chat, but this chat don't move like YouTube. I see it doesn't move. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. There's Jamie and Kevin. Yeah, you guys moved. I've seen the video where you moved. I haven't seen the. I don't know where, or I haven't seen the outside of it yet. I don't know. You might be next to me for all I know. I can't see that print down there. But I'm going to try to keep up with chat. But I don't like doing them lives where all you do is sit there and go, hey, Fred. Oh, there's Gene. There's Jack. But if I see your question and it, I'll try to answer as many as I can. I don't have all the studio guys, like Rourke's Littlefield there. I don't have all the studio helpers back there throwing questions at me like they do. 10, there it went. 10 minutes from grandkids. Well, that don't tell me now. I don't know where your grandkids live. She lives in, that's a funny name for a town. 10 minutes from grandkids. I am cooking right now, says Happy. I made a concoction. I took ground beef, took ground pork. I actually got some smoked sausage for the first time. The only problem with smoked sausage is you got to make sure it doesn't have a lot of sugar, or I don't really care about the salt, but it has a lot of processed crap. But I did find a kind that didn't. And then I put in some other stuff and just kind of made a mess and just mixed it all together, and it was good. Put in some bone broth. There's that question. Do I have any children? I have 2 sons, and I don't talk about kids or family much on my channels. I don't feel that's a place to discuss personal business. I mean, I talk about a lot of stuff, but if they don't want to be part of you, there's no reason they should be brought into YouTube. And unless they say, hey, you can talk about me, I don't do that. So if you guys will respect that, that's why I don't talk about stuff like that. There's a place, time and a place for all that stuff, and YouTube is not one of it. You have to be careful, because today, if people know enough about you, they know like your kids' names. I mean, it's not hard to hack somebody today. So I don't put a lot of that kind of information out there. Yes, if somebody wanted to find things out about me, they could, but I'm not going to be the one volunteering it. It's just not I'm not going to put kids on here and things like that. There's a lot of nutcases out there. You guys know that. Now, I've had people show up at my house, and I don't mind meeting subscribers, but don't ever show up at my house. That isn't going to go over well. I'll be nice to you most likely, but it's just not. Most times when that happens, people, they don't mean it. I mean, they're not meaning anything bad by it, but it's just catches you at a off, it's just weird. But I run into people all the time at Aldi's and Walmart and things like that. That's fine. If you see me, say hi. But just don't pull up in my driveway. I'm going to know about it long before you get up to the house. Uh-oh. Somebody really loves me. And it's a girl. Yeah, I just don't. I don't talk about a lot of that stuff. There's other things. We'll just do what I do. Well, people could find where I live. I mean, there's a lot of people that know where I live, but you know, if you know the area, my house isn't exactly standard house. It sticks out. Yep, Second Amendment. Yep. I actually this happened. Okay, I don't even know if this person's a subscriber of mine anymore, but they pulled in the driveway, and this is I didn't even have 2 or 3 thousand subscribers at the time, and they pulled in the driveway and handed me $200. Wow, I never asked anybody for money. Insisted I took it, and then pulled a handgun out from the center console. Pulled a handgun, handed it towards me, and said, "I don't know how to unload this. Can you show me how to unload it?" Now, what would you think if that happened? You know, I mean, it was after a little bit of small talk and that. I wasn't scared, but still, they ain't never met me. You're gonna pull a gun out, and I probably shouldn't even be saying that on here. You gotta watch what you say on YouTube. I hate that part of it. But yeah, that and then I sent them down the road to someone else's house. It ain't hard to find. I mean, I've got a lot of videos where you can see my house. I mean, I don't really hide my house. I'm capable of protecting myself, but you know, I don't. You'd have to go back and find those videos. And anyway, but that's you get a lot of hate. You get a lot of hateful comments, a lot of threats. So you have to take some of that serious. I doubt anybody's going to cut. I doubt there's any kind of video I put out that would make somebody so mad. But look at the politics today. Look how some of these people are. The smallest thing ticks them off. So you never know. That's why I kind of steer. I don't try to. I mean, there's some subjects I have to mention some politics, but there's some nutty people out there. I owned an A-frame in Indiana. Well, the last person that had it, well, the person before the last one was from Indiana. I found Indiana license plates out in the amongst the junk. I don't think this little computer down here is doing anything. It's moving. The problem is I can't read the print without having my glasses on, and if I put my glasses on, it's too far away. I spent the day painting. It looks a lot different up there now. If you guys been watching my new channel, it looks a lot better. I'll show that on the next video. That channel's doing pretty good. It's monetized now. Today, as of today, I made $6 on that channel today. But I'm trying to on this channel, Ouachita Mountain Living. Well, I'm live on all 3 channels, but on Ouachita Mountain Living, I got to try to make, I try to get the most different topics I can find. But what happens if I start talking about something? I don't have any script or anything. I just hit record and start talking. Once in a while, I'll have notes to follow if it goes along with the video. But somehow I always end up talking about something I've already made a video about, and I got to try to get away from doing that because it starts to sound repetitious, and I don't want repetitious videos. Still whistling a little bit. But like making one about sleeping in a recliner, who would have thought that would have been a popular video? but it's going crazy right now. But a lot of people don't realize you can get a better night's sleep in a recliner. So I figured I'd do a video on it. People ask me, "Where's my bedroom?" You get tired of hearing, "Where's your bed? Where's your bedroom? Where's your bed?" I don't have one. I use my rooms for better purposes. I sleep in the where I spend my evening. Yeah, somebody's in here and gets crazy when I say You cannot toss and turn. You just can't toss and turn in a recliner. It's easy. So I think tomorrow I'm going to make a video on why I got rid of my stove and what I use now in the kitchen. Everybody has these great big stoves with ovens. Yes, if you have a family, that's good, but you don't need them anymore. We got air fryers, we got electric skillets, we got Ninjas, what are them pressure cooker things. I still haven't used the one I bought. And I took that big ugly stove out and put a nice butcher block counter and a little 2-burner induction stovetop. That's all you need. I mean, at least a single guy. How many burners, but if you got a big family and you got 4 or 5 burners going, you need a stove, I think. I am trying to read the comments, guys, but I want to keep the live a little interesting and just answer some of these questions that I hear in the comments. I try to answer. I really haven't used my air fryer much. I got it. I basically use that to heat things up, to reheat leftovers like ribs. I haven't used it. My diet's been really limited since I got all my teeth yanked. But I found if I pull the bottom ones out and leave the top ones in, I can chew anything. Because my gums are all healed up already. Oh, it's Jamie saying, "Why do I wear a hat? Am I bald?" I'm not bald. I got tons of hair. I just don't let it grow, man. Get the army cut. And the hat's part of the channel. If I didn't wear it, people would be saying, "Where's your hat?" So don't spit on me. Air fried pickles. Ooh, man, I used to get fried pickles when I was a kid. We had them in Oklahoma. I guess I could eat a pickle. I'm adding a little bit of stuff back to, I've been on this carnivore 2 years and I did it to lose weight. I've lost my weight. I've reached my goal. So but I still want to stay on it because it makes me feel good and it heals things. So a lot of people say, "Well, why you still do it after you lost weight?" It's for all the other reasons. Inflammation is a huge one. If you start adding certain vegetables back, you're going to get inflammation. And that's what I don't want because I still have all the issues in my back, my knees, everywhere else, but I don't have inflammation. And if you don't have inflammation, then they don't bother you near as much. Check my comments. Yes, it's how many people's in here? 432. I figured there'd be more people than that. It's on slow mode. I don't see. But anyway. "90% carnivore." Really all I eat other than, when I say I'm adding other things, I've been eating green beans. I do eat sauerkraut, mushrooms, onions. I just started back with onions because I couldn't chew them. I can cut them up real big. I'm a week in on carnivore. I feel great. It does, man. It's amazing. People don't believe you. Elk is good. Like isn't elk pretty lean? See, that's the problem. On carnivore, you need fatty meats. I mean, you can eat the meat. It's fine to be on carnivore and eat elk, but you also need to eat some stuff that has some high fat content. elk and moose, they don't have much. I don't think elk does. I've tried it once, but where's my hat? Oh yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah, sauerkraut's good for you. I mean, I can't eat that more than once a week, but I just buy a big jar of it and keep it in the fridge. And there's only certain foods I can eat it with, like ribs or pork chops. I just do very. I don't get fancy, you know. I guess call me lazy, but I don't. Before I went carnivore, man, I'd get the smoker going and do all kinds of fancy meats, and I just don't. I look at food now as fuel. I don't do it for pleasure. I do it for to live. That's it. When you can look at it that way, you're better off. It's just something that's annoying to me now is I gotta stop and eat. You know, it's just don't say Reuben though. I like Reuben, but I ain't doing the bread. Guess I could have some corn. Corned beef's a very fatty meat. I don't know how it's processed though. I'd have to study up on that. Yeah, I eat a lot of avocados. I eat probably every other day. I'll eat an avocado. Where am I with the CPAP? I haven't used it. I put it on once for about 10 minutes. I couldn't stand it. It was so uncomfortable. This is after the teeth got removed. And then I did like 2 nights later, I tried it again and I haven't done it. I've been sleeping like 7 hours a night. I just don't like the mask I got. My dad's sending me another mask. I'm going to try it again, but I went like 20 years without it and survived. But I haven't give up. I haven't given up on it. It just I can't wear. I don't know what it is. The mask don't fit anymore. Cabbage cooked in bacon grease. Yeah, I could probably eat a little cabbage. Corned beef and cabbage. If I miss 3 days in a row, what, videos? I don't do that. I didn't put any out today because we're doing lives on all the channels. So do one live, do 3 videos on each channel. Where am I with the sea monkeys? Man, we got them as a kid. They didn't do nothing. I think there was, what is that? Little brine shrimp is all it is. And we must not have did it right. Man, I'd kill a chia pet. Yeah, I probably have to get a different face mask, but slurp my tea. There you go. The dogs are worn out, man. They were out since early this morning. Don't get Tilly going. She'll stand out there and bark. I had to go out and play with her before the live because that's what she does. I was going to put Rooster's stoop right there, but she is conked out. She's had a rough week. She was constipated and not from anything I feed. They never get constipated. I feed them good stuff. Well, what Rooster does is when I give them treats, she hoards them in her mouth and then she goes and buries them. And then she'll dig them up a week later and eat them. And then she gets a bacterial infection. So she's not getting any more treats outside. And that's what happened. So I got her some pumpkin and she wouldn't touch it. So I got her little liver treats she likes and sprinkled it in there. And then she finally ate it. And a couple hours later, she went outside and I finally got a night's sleep, but she's fine. I go to look at a comment and then it jumps. Have I ever considered myself a hippie? No. I did have long hair in high school, but I think that term had long passed. How far am I from Mountain Home, Arkansas? I don't really know, probably a couple hours. I think that's up where the not the Ivies, the Grady's live towards that way. No, I had long hair. I tried when I got out of the army. I tried growing long hair, and it got down. I couldn't stand it. I had to cut it all off. So I've always wore it short. And when I first get a haircut, people think I'm bald because it's gray now. I have an ambulance coming here. Oh, ambiance. Got some ambiance. Yeah. I don't, you guys like that crap. Like candles and the lights and the lanterns. Somebody asked where I got the lanterns. Amazon. I get everything on Amazon or Walmart. Pretty simple. Where do I get the hats? Amazon. Tilly. The dog Tilly. The hat is called Tilly. Tilly Airflow. I'll show it again. They have many different kinds. Let me get my glasses so I can get the name. This is the, it's kind of gross, the Le Chapelle by Tilly. They're made in handmade in Canada and waterproof. And I just need to make a video on the hat. It's the same hat Sean James wears. He had to make a video because so many people asked him. And that's where I got it because I liked the hat. So I said, well, then I ordered one. I want to see a pic of me with long hair. There is one, but it's a regular picture, that you used to take with the camera with the film developed. And I don't know where it is. It's in my photos somewhere. If I can remember, I'll find it and scan it. Have I been in a billiards hall? Probably not in 25 years. I've got a few others of these. They're dippy looking. I don't know. I must have ordered the wrong kind. They just don't have the same shape. You can shape them. You got to get them real hot and wet, and then you shape them. But I couldn't get those to do it. Ultra Dice, first time here to meet me. Well, I see you. She's in, I don't know if it's a she or a he, but they're in Austin. I've drove through Austin. I've never stopped there. Not AI. God, I get accused of being AI so much because of that stupid commercial somebody made. Do you still see Starlink or UFOs? I haven't really been out there. I went out the other night and took a picture of that moon where Jupiter was behind it. I'd never seen anything like that. I made a short and I put it on one of these channels. 465, is that the number? Yeah, 63. I don't know if that's giving me the number for all of these. Okay. It does. There's 50 people on the Dogman. That channel, you guys forgot about that channel. That channel's been suffering. I don't know what it is. Ouachita Mountain, 61 people on my new channel. There's more people on my new channel than the Dogman. That poor guy. Well, I've seen a reduction in AI on YouTube. They've been cracking down on that. They don't want it on there. So I haven't been coming across it there. At least they're not suggesting AI videos to me. Nothing pisses me off more when I click on a video and you can tell immediately with the voice that if it's AI, and they're usually full of lies. I watched one about Ozzy Osbourne going into a music store and the guy thought he was a bum and it was all a bunch of crap. It really never happened. It was an AI video. There's rice and beans. The loft has turned out nice. You should see it now. But I didn't record anything today. I just mostly painted. It's going to look nice. And I ordered some new lights. Lights like these up here. These little can lights that you can adjust. And I'm going to be going this week to rent some scaffolding and hopefully get a ceiling fan up right in the front room here. I want one that hangs down pretty low, like a chandelier, but it has a fan. Keep having my videos sent to you for some reason. Finally decided to open it up and watch, and she's and is that a she? Yeah, and enjoying. Well, good. I don't look at other channels or get on YouTube and see what subjects and copy them. There's people that do that to my channels. I could name a few, but as soon as I put up a video, it'll be a few days later, they put up the same exact type video with the same title. And what the reason people do that, they see if you get one that has a lot of views, then they'll copy your, which I've told other channels, hey, use this subject, it'll get you views. But there's some that they do it anyway. But I just rack my brain trying to, and I got to come up with 2 a day. And it ain't always easy. And then I use GTP. I say, give me some off the wall video topics. Most of the time, the ones it suggests, it ain't nothing I would do. But once in a while, it'll come up with a good suggestion. But I don't ever follow what it says. I'll take the title and make my own video out of it. Dogman came up first. Yeah, I've been focusing on Ouachita Mountain Living more the last few weeks and not that channel. Now, there's times that channel outperforms this channel, Ouachita Mountain Living. I just haven't put a lot of effort into that channel. And I've had the new channel started up. So, yeah, just what I needed to start a 3rd channel. But I'm still doing these projects, so I might as well record it because a lot of people started watching me on Ouachita Mountain Living. That's what I did. So I started a lot of these projects and never finished them. So I at least owe those people, why not? I'm already doing them. I'm not doing a lot of fancy camera work. I'm just putting filming it as I go. I found people don't really care about all that fancy camera work. The drone footage going up, and it's nice sometimes, but basically people just want to see what you're doing. I have not fired up. Josephine Angel said wants to see me grill. I have not fired that grill up since beginning of January, because I can't chew that stuff right now. I'm not good enough on the grill to make it tender. So I've been cooking a lot with my electric skillet, crock pot, or just eating soft things. Nancy is 79. Happy birthday. I hope I make it to 79. Yep, 3 channels growing up. Hate when other people make a video to critique the original creator. Yeah, oh, that's happened to me. But a few times people have reviewed my videos and gave me said good things. But if you're on YouTube and that's something you're gonna have to contend with. There's not much you can do about it. I just look at it as free publicity. Yeah, I have the Instapot. It's still sitting on the freezer back there with the labels still. I don't know. That's probably would be something that would help me right now. What's my 3rd channel? Dogman's Mountain Workshop. There should be links in every video that I put out on Ouachita Mountain Living or Dogman. If you look in the description, I know if you watch it on TV, you're not going to see that, but that's the name of it. Am I 60 yet? Nope, not yet. You'll be the first to know, Hig. It's going to be a few months. I don't give my birthday because I don't believe in birthdays. They're for children and women. You'll never hear me get on here and say it's my birthday. I won't. Children under 18. I just never been a big birthday celebrator. Now, if it's somebody I'm related to, I tell them happy birthday and things like that. But I don't, my own, it's just another day. That's right. Just another day. What kind of camera do I use? I use DJI Action 5. I've got a DJI Action 4. I've got a Sony ZV-1, which I was going to use for this live stream, but it won't go 1080p. I don't know why. And then I've got a DJI Pocket 3. Those are far superior to GoPros. GoPros are crap, and everybody uses GoPros, and everybody complains about them. I have never had my DJIs shut off or do what GoPros do. They are a good camera and a whole lot better picture, I think. I go back and I look at some of the videos I have where I recorded with GoPros. They don't even compare. My backgrounds are cool. They never know where you're going to be. Well, you got to have variety. Yep. It's going to get better. When I get the tractor, I'm going to fix all that up back there. And then when I have the loft finished, that's going to, I'm going to get a couple of nice chairs and I'm going to set up my Shure microphone. And this is the cheap microphone. When I had the podcast, when I was doing that, I had the good stuff out and I took it all down. But I think where I'm sitting now is going to become where I put my freezer. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this space. It's kind of a weird space, but I'm moving all this stuff out of here. Had a widowmaker heart attack in January. Seriously thinking of carnivore. So I'm not giving medical advice, but there are people that have had heart issues that carnivore helps. Because let me explain it this way. When you eat all these foods with sugar and carbs, your body is so busy trying to get rid of the carbs and get rid of the sugar. It doesn't have time to get rid of the fat. And that's why people get obese. When you quit eating sugar and carbs, and you don't necessarily have to go carnivore, cut out the sugar and carbs. Read the labels. You can still eat other things, but make sure that they're not full of sugar and carbs. Then your body, just think of it as 50 little dudes inside you. Them 50 dudes are busy. If they're busy getting rid of the sugar and the carbs and the fat, they store the fat because they don't have time to get to it. If you're one of those people that are eating cake and always eating, we don't need 3 meals a day, like they say. If you were to eat carnivore, you don't get as hungry. So most days I eat once a day. And so when you cut those out, them 50 dudes, they go to work on the fat. And that's how you lose weight. A lot of people don't understand that. You're basically eating, if you're my age, around my age, you're basically eating what we grew up eating, minus the mashed potatoes and the bread. It's not hard. You can still eat good. But like I said, you have to start thinking as food as a fuel. Just think of it like water. You don't really enjoy drinking water unless it's a hot day. It's just water. You need it, you drink it. Food's the same way. Over the last 50 years, everybody has glamorized eating and dining out, and everything has to be gourmet, and it doesn't. And you can see the result of that. Go to Walmart, sit in the parking lot, watch the people go in and out. How many of them people are obese? A lot. When I get 100,000 subscribers, do we do a meet and greet? Well, I have to have a dog sitter. Oh, one day we'll figure something like that out. That's kind of hard to, and I got into all that before. But we can do something, I would imagine. When I build the cabin, one of my thoughts was it would be a place kind of like what Red Poppy Ranch is talking about. It'd be a place you can rent out for the weekend and come maybe spend a weekend with me or something, you stay in the cabin, something like that. I don't need, I don't need it as income, but it would probably be something where I could meet subscribers. Would it be ladylike for me to go carnivore? Fishing is meat. Yeah, fish. You need fish. I don't eat much fish because I'm not a big seafood person. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard anybody put it that way, but most females I know eat meat. I tried the salad route. You don't lose no weight that way, I can tell you. And you're starving all the time. A salad. Weren't I one of the three wise men? I sure hope not. I do eat tuna fish. I'll eat salmon. When I first started carnivore, I ate it like twice a week and I got burnt out on it. Now, shrimp, I can eat it. And a woman trucker here likes listening to your videos running the miles. Yeah, I never thought of that. I always wondered what it'd be like to be a trucker, man. I think it'd be cool for a while. If you're single, man, that'd be a great job. If you like to travel and you're single and you plan to stay single, that's a perfect job. If you got a nice cab you can sleep in. But I think when I get the loft finished, it's going to be, I think I'm going to maybe on the Dogman channel, I'll go back to doing the podcast because I've got all that equipment, which is basically what I do. Maybe get some guests. I don't know. But that's how I'm going to set it up as a podcast studio. But if I got the mics and all the good stuff, I'm going to use it. I mean, that's pretty much what I do on both of these channels as a podcast. I just don't have the microphone and I'm not sitting in the same room every day. I think people like that better. Just going around to different locations on the property. Maybe I'll start going to different locations like what's that thing down the road from me? What is that? Talamina Trail. There's a lot of places I could pull over and make a video there where it's overlooking the mountains. New member. Thank you. Watching from Thailand. Man, that amazes me about YouTube that you can be out. People watch you from all over the world. 7:40 in the morning in Thailand, for those of you that wonder. I was a snowcat operator for 17 winters. That'd be fun. Minus the snow. I don't know. After that last round of snow we got, I'm not a big fan of that stuff anymore. That was weird stuff. Garlic and honey fermented. Yeah, I haven't touched any honey. I don't think I've really been too crazy about honey. It's good in some things. But Air Force veteran Barbara Kablinski. I don't know why I got this little computer going down here. It's delayed. Now it's froze up. Hello? Oh, it's delayed. honey is bee vomit. I just never, I wouldn't say I don't like honey. I just never thought of it much. It's good if you have a sore throat. Take a spoonful of that. I got some in there. It's probably 10 years old, but it's still good. It's the local stuff. Do I eat a lot of my chicken eggs? No, I give them to the dogs. Them hens are going on 16 years old. Would you eat a 16-year-old hen egg? I'm not eating them. They're probably fine. I'm sure they are fine, but they don't lay enough. There's only 4 hens. They're laying now. I get about 3 a day, but the dogs like them. When they see me go to the chicken pen, they're all watching me. Tilly'll get hers, take it off, and eat it. But I haven't been giving Rooster any because she's getting older and her stomach's, I'm sure it's fine for her. She just needs to quit burying treats. Rooster's around the corner. Come here, Rooster. Come here. I can't say the magic word because I can't get up and do it. There's another hat question. They're called Tilly's. You get them on Amazon. They're made in Canada. They're about $89. But you can get them on sale once in a while. But I don't think they're cowboy hats. They're just like an Outback hat, something. I don't know. Bush hat. Oh, we got another new member. Thank you. YouTube silver button. I forgot about that. Don't they send you a plaque or something? I'll stick it in the closet with my other stuff. I ain't big on hanging awards and stuff up. That just seems weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll put it upstairs. I forgot about that. I guess that's a pretty big accomplishment. I'll be grateful. Have I thought about creating a Discord server? I don't have a clue what that is, man. If it's making more content somewhere else, I ain't got time. Which channel is close to 100,000? Ouachita Mountain Living. That is at 99. Last I looked, 99,270, something like that. It'll get there this week. Solid silver. Nah, I don't think so. If it is, I'm selling that dude. I can't believe how much gold is now. Man, I kicked myself for not buying it when I was younger. Over $5,000 an ounce. That is insane. But I'll tell you, when I worked at the pawn shop, I sold a lot of gold jewelry online on eBay. And 98% of that, guess where it goes? To China. They've been hoarding gold for years. And they have people, they just buy it off eBay. So they are very rich in gold in China. Don't let them think they're not. So my video about relationships. Yeah. Holding a board. That video still gets 100 views every single hour of every single day. And I put that's from like May. Them Asian beetles, man, they are horrible this year. Horrible. I don't know where they're at or they're coming out of, but you will suck them up off the window. There'll be 50 of them. And you come back in 10 minutes, they're all back. All 50 of them. You got to look in the vacuum. They're still in there. They're still in the vacuum, thinking that they're having a good time. You can't kill them things. Everybody says, did Dawn dish soap, vinegar. None of that worked. I tried vinegar, didn't work. They eat it. Yeah, gold is, well, when I worked at the pawn shop, it was $1,800 an ounce. Yeah, but them Asian beetles, man. And I heard they like to nest where the wasp built a nest, but I didn't have any wasps at all this summer. Man, that's because them Asian beetles probably ate them all. I haven't seen them in the last few days. It's been cool. When it's cool, they don't come out until it hits like 70. Insecticide, nothing works on these things. I don't want to spray a bunch of that stuff, but I mean, you got to know where they're at, and I know where they're at. They're inside the walls, on the the exterior of the home, in between the insulation. That's where they get up in there. I'm not tearing my house apart. Orkin man. I was an Orkin man for a while, for about 9 months. That was one of the worst jobs I ever had. They work you to death. That would have been in the about 88, 89, somewhere in there. But we didn't have Asian beetles. That's when I was living in Ohio. I had the ghettos of Cleveland as my route. Let me tell you, I seen some nasty things. Roaches like you wouldn't believe, and rats, and ugh. How long does it take to get monetized? Some people never get monetized. It just depends. I got monetized quick because I already have 2 big channels. So I just sent people over there. I still only have 2,000 subscribers, but the videos got views. If your videos aren't going to get views, it's going to take forever. This channel, when I started 4.5 years ago, it took about a month, but I had a big video. One of my videos went viral. If you can get a viral video, then you can be monetized pretty quick. But there's people, if you work hard, you will get it monetized. There's a lot of channels out there that they don't do nothing, or they're putting out lousy content and they don't get any views, and they wonder why they're not monetized. So if you're putting out good content, and you don't have to get fancy, just be real, be yourself. That's all you got to be on YouTube. So many people make these videos and they're doing acting, talking like you need to talk in a video like you would talk to a friend. People pick up when you're doing the fake talking and scripted talking. People don't like that. I don't watch people like that. Which video went viral? Well, the first one that went was about this house. It was just photographs. It was awful video. I just took, because when I started my channel, I'd already had this house for years, 8 years or so. So all I had was pictures. So I put together a bunch of pictures, put some music on there, and put it up, and it went viral. I think it got 400,000 views. But that was enough to, get me monetized. And because you have to have 1,000 subscribers, or 500 now, 3,000 watch hours. That's the important thing. You got to have good videos or you're not going to get the watch hours. PKR made the upstairs look good. And I still got a lot of work to do. We're going to try to get to the ceiling this week, but thanks. And I painted today. It looks totally different right now, but you'll see that in the next video. What you see isn't always how it's going to be finished as. I mean, I change my mind a lot because I don't plan nothing. Where are we at? 50s. All right, we'll go another 7 minutes here. But if I don't like it, I tear it apart and do it again. So it's what I want. And I'm getting ready to do the bathroom. I'm going to gut that and then finish the kitchen. I think I may jump from the loft to the kitchen. So the kitchen will probably be the next project on that channel. I'm going to take out that Formica counter and that sink. They're only a couple years old, but I don't like them. And I'm going to put butcher block all the way around it and get one of them big farmhouse sinks that drop down. I like those. If I can, it doesn't kill my back to do dishes. Rooster is doing fine today. Thanks for asking. How do I edit as little as possible? I don't really edit the videos. that I do, well, the only editing I have to do now is for the new channel. And I don't really do much of that. I just put the clips together, maybe put some transitions in between the clips. And if there's a time lapse, I'll put a little music in there. That's it. I don't think people want fancy editing. There's channels that do that, but these talking videos, I don't do hardly any. About all I'll do is cut out the first part where I'm turning on the camera, where you see me turn on the camera, and cut out the part where I turn it off. That's it. I don't edit any of that, which is another reason I like doing them videos. But I use Filmora, Wondershare. I don't know. I've just had that the last few years. I like it. Yeah, I guess I like it here. I'm not going anywhere. But this place took years of work. When I first bought it, there was no mountain view in the back. Those were all woods, and it was scraggly looking. There was trash all through it. Must have been 15 vacuum cleaners back there, 35, 40 tires, just years of trash. And it's taken a long time to finally start getting it where it looks decent. Yeah, scaffolding. Yeah. It doesn't have to be real high. I think I can get away with, as long as it's 10 feet high. I'm 6'1", so give me another 2 foot to reach above my head, because you can't have your head on the roof. You got to have to. So I think, it isn't going to be that high. I just got to make sure that the scaffolding has locking wheels, because I don't want to be getting up there and having that stuff scooting around. But that's the only way I can get up there. It's too high. I'm not 6'1". Well, how would you know? I am 6'1". I've been 6'1" ever since I was 17 years old. That's like going, how you gonna get in here and say I ain't 6'1"? Do I need to get my driver's license out? What am I going to use the tractor for? Digging, hauling, and leveling. This is a big hill, rocky hill. There's always a use. Well, and I know I missed a lot of questions, but we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I didn't know I could click on that and see that people were on the other channels. Not many, but they're coming from there. There's Mr. and Mrs. Walter Job. I'm 5'10", and Mike is taller than me. Well, thank you. Why would I get on here and lie about being 6'1"? It's not like I'm giant or nothing. It's about an average, a little taller than average. Get the tape measure out. If I got to go through stuff like that, people, it's easier just to delete. I ain't got to explain myself to anybody. And I'm 612 pounds too. Okay. There you go. I'm 6'1", 612 pounds. Yep. And I'm on carnivore. I was 916. Carnivore works, man. So hopefully by this time next week, we'll hit, I'm predicting 100K by Tuesday, maybe tomorrow, but I'm thinking by Tuesday. But it ain't no, it's just a number. It's just a milestone. And then after that, you wait till 1 million. That's going to take forever. I ain't never going to get to be 1 million subs. You're a millionaire pretty much if you can get 1 million subs, I think. But I don't think I'll ever get 1 million. So Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming, and girls and whoever. But we're going to end it here. We'll stick with an hour. It's just easier math. Thanks for watching. Happy trails.